Okay, believe it or not, we got a request to tie a cow dung wet fly. This is Scott Stisser. This is my video archives. Getting old, just kind of help remind me how I tie my flies. I'm using a 3761 nymph hook, size 14. Okay, and I'm using brown Danville 6/0 pre-wax thread. Okay, and I've just attached my thread and moved it back to the hook. And next I'm going to tie in a tag, which the pattern calls for a gold flat tensile tag. So I just put a few wraps in there to hold this. And I'll get maybe 3 wraps in, not much. It's a pretty small fly as far as that goes. I'm going to go ahead and catch that and wrap that in. Okay, and that's the tag. That was flat, size 18 mylar tensile. It's gold on one side and silver on the other, so it's pretty versatile. You can flop it over and do either color. Okay, next this fly calls for a dark olive dubbed body. I'm using a dark olive beaver. Go ahead and get that tag cut there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin my dubbing around. I like to do the one pass dubbing thing and build the taper into the dubbing itself. So I spend some time preening and my dubbing and getting it so it'll work right for me. Okay, and I'm just gonna dub up the body. Okay, a little bit too much right there. Okay, I need to put a little more in there and a little less, pull it out. There we go. So okay, so there's our dark olive dub body. I'm going to actually add a little tiny bit more dubbing because I'm going to put the throat on instead of as a collar. I'm going to put the throat on as a, I'm going to tie the hackle tips in for the collar by themselves. So the difference is when you do a collar where you spin the hackle, you have some stretch of hackle area that you leave, then you tie the head. But when you put the fibers in by themselves, they're going to go in the same space we're going to tie the head, so you don't need to leave any space. Okay, next this fly is calling for ginger hackle tips, or ginger hackle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tie these in. Turn the fly upside down to make this easier for me, and I'm going to go ahead and tie in some ginger hackle tips like so. Okay, and then I don't want those to pull out, so I'm going to go ahead and come back on them if I can, like so. And I'm going to clip. I never let go. Notice I've never let go, because you'll never sort them out later if you do. I've never let go of that bunch of butt ends of the hackle. Okay, and now and when I finish tying this fly, those things are doubled back, and they're going to be tied down really tight, and these hackle points aren't going to pull out from the fly. Okay, I've turned the fly back over in the vise, and I've got a slip of mallard wing quills, and one from the left, one from the right, and I'm going to go ahead and set those in, and so they just about reach the back of the bend of the hook. Okay, they're back to back here, and I'm going to go ahead and tie these in nice and tight. We'll see what we got. There we go. Nice. Okay, and now I'll just clip all this at the front of the hook, the butts off. Okay, so that I can come in and just finish and make a nice head on the fly. Like so. Alright. And we'll do our whip finish. Like so. And use our scissors to guide that in. And there you have it. That is the Cow Dung Wet Fly. I'll put a little bit of head cement on there. You notice that'll change the color of the thread. It'll darken it up, which I think looks a little nicer. And also, we don't have a whole lot of thread wraps on those wings, and so sinking that cement down into that head and into the fibers of those wings will help keep those wings attached tightly.